By command of the Senate, we have convened this convocation for the conferring of degrees. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the candidates stand before you. The congregation awaits your pleasure.
Please proceed. As the Marshal proceeds to place the mace, ceremonial symbol of authority of our university, in its holder, I declare open this convocation for the conferment of degrees. I would like to welcome parents, students, staff, alumni, and friends to this ceremony. It's an honor to recognize the successful completion of significant academic work by our graduates. Please join me in congratulating these fine scholars.
Good morning, everyone. Please remain standing for the official greeting by Elder Barbara Dumont-Hill, followed by the national anthem sung by Deanna Singh.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all living your life in the good way. Barbara Dumont-Hill Nadishnakas. My name is Barbara Dumont-Hill. I'm from Kittikanzibi, and I am Turtle Clan. I'm very grateful for this day that Creator has provided for us to celebrate the students who have faced much hard work and many challenges during their time here. I'm grateful for this day, for our grandfather sun who shares his light with us each day, for our grandmother moon who lights up our night sky and breaks down our seasons for us, for our sacred Mother Earth who provides everything we need to live our life in the good way, for the sacred air, the breath of Mino Manitou, for the sacred water, the blood of our Mother Earth that quenches our thirst, brings life into the world and reminds us that women are sacred, for the winged, the four-legged, the swimmers and the crawlers, for all the trees, the plants, the roots, the medicines that grow here on Great Turtle Island that add beauty to our life each day and have always shared their bounty with us. I'm grateful for all our ancestors who created a good path for us all to follow, and those 7 generations of ancestors that we all have a responsibility to leave a good path for. I'm grateful for all those who live their life in the good way, who have respect for our sacred Mother Earth and for all human beings. I ask Creator to bless each one of you today, to help you as you all face this next part of your journey. Chimigwech, and have a wonderful life.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Qu'embrasser porter les pieds, ils porter la croix, dans l'histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Mr. Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, members of the graduating class, my name is Pauline Rankin, and I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic at Carleton University. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this spring convocation, a celebration of the success of our students. Let me begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather today is the traditional, unceded, and unsurrendered territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. I can assure you that our graduates have worked very hard to be able to cross the stage today. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding in upholding the values of inclusion and respect during this convocation ceremony. By doing so, we can ensure that this occasion remains a meaningful and inclusive experience for all participants. I am accompanied on the platform today by our President and Vice Chancellor, Professor Wisdom Tete, and Board Chair, Ms. Beth Creary. We are also joined this morning by Vice President of Students and Enrollment and University Registrar, Suzanne Blanchard, the Dean of the Faculty of Public and Global Affairs, Dr. Brenda O'Neill, and the remainder of our platform party, composed of faculty deans and associate deans, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, members of Carleton's faculty and staff, and emeritus professors. Graduates and guests, please join me in welcoming today's platform party. Before we proceed to the granting of degrees, we have another very important element of today's convocation, and that is the delivery of the convocation address. Please welcome the Dean of the Faculty of Public and Global Affairs, Dr. Brenda O'Neill, who will provide the convocation address for this morning's ceremony.
Thanks very much, Provost Rankin. And the first thing I want to say is I very much consider it a privilege to be able to speak with you this morning. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you. And welcome to all the friends and family who've traveled near and far to be able to share the day with you. Convocation addresses are usually of a type. They try to impart a deep message, one that resonates with the times, and that they hope the audience will remember long after graduation day. I think that's often what we think when we're sitting to write them. And there's certainly a number of topics that merit consideration and discussion right now. The fragile state of the world order, the future of liberal democracy, reconciliation with Indigenous peoples, artificial intelligence, and the state of equity, diversity, and inclusion. But as I think back to my own graduation ceremonies, I often can't remember who gave the address, much less what they said. It might be age, but I'm not going to believe that. So let me spare you my attempt at a deep, meaningful address, and instead try to say some things that I think you might remember, maybe even try to make you laugh. And so what is it that I want to share with you while I have you as a captive audience? I'd like to share with you some of the things that I've learned over the years, and certainly that I wish I had known when I was sitting where you are sitting. Some of them are from the invariable learning that takes place over life. Some are from the mistakes that I've made. And some are from the very wise people who shared their thoughts with me. So what's the first one? Try to read the newspaper every day. This one came from one of my undergraduate political science professors at Brock University, Professor David Siegel, over 40 years ago, and I still can picture him sitting at his desk telling me this. You can tell it was a long time ago because he didn't tell me to read trusted news sources, and he didn't tell me which app I should use to get my news information. It was paper, a physical copy. It was delivered to your door every morning. The importance of that advice, even though it's 40 years old, nevertheless stands. Citizenship provides us with multiple benefits, but it also comes with responsibilities. Knowing what's happening around you and around the world is one of those responsibilities. Have opinions, educated opinions, on issues. Know what policies are being discussed in your city and in your country. Know who you want to support and why you want to support them when you head to the election booth. Democracy is fragile, and its survival depends on the vigilance of its citizens. No matter how busy, I still at least try to scan the newspaper headlines so I know what's happening. Second, don't be afraid to be yourself. One of my favorite quotes is from high school. I return to it on a number of occasions. It's from Thoreau's book, Walden, published in 1854, and it goes like this. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it's because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music which he hears, however measured or far away. I come back to this quote to remind myself that it's okay to do things differently from others, to feel as though no one quite gets you. And just give me a minute. That it's okay to buy the pink suede shoes instead of the black ones that go with everything. Girls, am I right? Get the pink ones. And that it's also okay to dance on the street, at the street light, while I'm listening to music, running, and waiting for the light to change. Dance. Life is short. But as I've gotten older, I now know that Thoreau's quote also means that we need to give that freedom to others. It's not just about ourselves. To let them be who they feel they need to be inside, regardless of what society tells us is the right way to be, the right way to think. It's about giving the gift of tolerance to others. Everyone deserves that freedom to be who they are. Third, take a chance, take a risk, be bold, be brave. I think of my maternal grandmother, Angelina Menard. As young teens at the turn of the century, she and her sister left their home in Saint-Hyacinthe, Quebec, alone for Quebec City to go work as chambermaids at the Chateau Frontenac to help support their family back home. That can't have been easy. Or of my late father telling me, when I was a young girl, to look out the door and see the whole world, as he said, which was mine for the taking. That's an important lesson. I now know that he was telling me that because he didn't have that chance, and he wanted his children to have that chance. So go for it. Take chances. The world needs risk takers. Ignore that little voice inside your head saying, no, you can't do it. Or you're not quite ready. You don't know enough. Success will come with its own rewards. But so too will failure. For it's only in failing that we truly learn about ourselves, about our own strengths and weaknesses, and it'll make our next attempts that much better. And we need to remember that while the goal is important, the journey is just as important. So success or failure really isn't the only thing that matters. Fourth, be humble. Humility to me is about never letting your own power and success blind you to the needs of others. It's also about recognizing your strengths and your weaknesses, your blind spots, and working to address them. None of us is perfect. We are all human. We make mistakes. We all now and forever will have things to learn. And we need to recognize and own our mistakes. We also have to be able to say, I don't know, and can you help me with this? I learned this lesson the hard way in the 4th or 5th grade, which now we're talking, this is the 1970s. It's a long time ago. The teacher asked me if I knew what the Underground Railroad was. I didn't, but I couldn't bring myself to say that I didn't. I couldn't bear the thought of admitting that I didn't know something. So I took a wild but seemingly riskless stab at it. Was it an underground railroad that they dug so that they could transport slaves north into Canada. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, it wasn't it. I was wronged. I've never forgot how I felt. It would have been so much easier to just say, I don't know. And I know you've all heard your profs at one point or other say to you, there are no stupid questions. Don't forget that. Ask the question. Say, I don't know. Humility also allows us to recognize that our successes are never truly individual. They're also always about the people around us who've helped us get here. It allows us to listen more and to talk less. And I see this, humility, as imperative for the development of mutual understanding and respect, which is core, I think, to addressing the problems that need solving in our world. Remember to ask yourself, might I be wrong? Finally, cherish your friends and family. One of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received came from a mentor, Professor Sandra Bird at the University of Waterloo. It was several years ago when I had gone to her to ask for some advice about a career move. She told me, Brenda, what do people write on their headstones? It's not the number of papers you've written or awards that you've won or how many hours you spent at work. They write about the relationships they've had. Loving wife and mother, loving son, loving brother. Always try to keep that in mind when you have to remind yourself of what's important to you. I've never forgotten those words. They still ring true. I hope you won't either. So stay informed, be yourself, buy the pink shoes, be bold, be brave, be humble, and cherish your loved ones. Take the moment today to thank all of those who are here with you today and who helped you to get here. They're important. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean O'Neill, for your memorable remarks. Next, we will proceed to the presentation of degrees by examination. As each student is presented on the stage, we will announce their name, and we will indicate if the student is a recipient of the medal. I call upon the Marshal of Convocation, Dr. Eleanor Sloan, to read the words of the warrant.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, on behalf of the Carleton University Senate, I certify that all the candidates being presented to you today, in person or in absentia, have successfully completed their programs of study as prescribed by the Senate of this university, and that Senate has awarded these students the degrees that they have earned. I accordingly request that you confer their degrees upon them.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors, and upon the recommendation of the University Senate, I confer these degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto pertaining.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts please come forward? Aisha Nareen Chaudhry. Aaron Eggetman. Grace Evangeline Goldbaum. Abigail Jean Ruda. Josephine May Spaneth. Emily Ville. Kaylee Taylor Workington. Peyton Kennedy Wenslaff. Hiba Ahmed. Brittany Patricia Babij. Connor Christopher Cummings. Poonam Das. Narjis Ehsan. Danny Cyril Espina. Hannah Elizabeth Janko Farkus. Veronica Friedrich. Georgiana Gitusu. Samantha Lane Pastana. Devindra Vikosh Prushad. Naralani Lasky Valde. Sydney Jinyun Weeks. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Journalism please come forward? Hajar Al-Kuzai. Justin Fiacconi. Isabel Harder. Simon John Hopkins. Zura Jibril. Eli Pittman. Sarah St. Pierre. Julia Stratton. Ijoma Francisca Ukazu. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Political Management please come forward? Kali Rune Franson. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the candidates graduating with a master's degree at this ceremony. Will the candidates for the Graduate Diploma in Migration and Diaspora Studies please come forward? John Jonaid. Fazul Rahman Rahmani. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the candidates graduating with a graduate diploma at this ceremony. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please come forward? Tennille Kengian Tuan. I'm done.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Communication and Media Studies honors please come forward? Haley Elizabeth Loveacres. Mira Khalil Aljbour with high distinction. Rua Awewi. Alexander Bogdan Burkett Bella. Carolyn Cecilia Bergeron with high distinction. Mimi Bui with high distinction. Caitlin Elizabeth Byers with high distinction. Ava Barbara Campanelli with distinction.
So as you know, you read it without stopping.
Danielle Kosha Katrina Carter with high distinction. Danielle has been awarded a university medal in the Faculty of Public and Global Affairs. Chichin Chia with distinction. Nia K. Corbier. Claire Elizabeth Margaret Cowley with high distinction. Anne Laura Crockett with high distinction. Georgia Rose Darrington. Destiny Elizabeth DeJong. Gracie Lynn DeMille. Rebecca Elaline de Villarez with distinction. Ron Dong. Farida Mohammed El Bailey. Nina Sophia El Khoury. Maxime Ferron with distinction. Shannon Catherine Fraser with distinction. Ricardo Rocco Gaffar. Mitchell Lionel Gifford with high distinction. Nicola Gunyak. Grace Elizabeth Ann Harrison. Grace Andrea Herron with high distinction. Anesu Rose Jubani. Emma Rose Kennedy. Roshni Nilesh Khatri. Ava Ray Conopliff with high distinction. Ava Ray has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Cassandra Lorraine Lang with distinction. Caleb Carter LaRiviere. Philip Lewandowski. Nathaniel Ji-hoon Liao Park. Dylan McNeil. Hervé Emmanuel Mafuda. Michaela Maria Marcantonio. Daniel Marino Christopher Augustus Mason. Rachel Linda McCarthy with distinction. Grace Elizabeth McClintock Luft with high distinction. Kea Renee Cecilia Merriman. Samuel Kenneth Miette. Noor Mohammed Hafez Galab with high distinction. Toluwanimi Oala Dipopa with high distinction. Emeka Osakwe. Jonathan Robert Joseph Petch with high distinction. Jonathan has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Claudia Plant with high distinction. Genevieve Elizabeth Rabbit. Caitlin Abby Reed. Cassandra Jillian Richardson with high distinction. Cassandra has been awarded a University Medal in the Faculty of Public and Global Affairs. Rosemarie Robillard. Maxwell Benjamin Rosenberg with distinction. Benjamin Pearson Sardana. Afshan Aftab Sheikh. Rohail Sheikh. Reina Nasim Siddiq. Madison Marcy Simonini. Matthew Spafford with distinction. Amy Lauren Spilg with distinction. Evan James Leonard Stansfield. Abigail Elizabeth Stewart. Tracy Alexandria Strawn. Emma Susanna Suhai. Ryan Patrick Taylor. Katrina May Grotenhuis, with high distinction. Matthew Samuel Tkach, with distinction. Min An Tran. Zoe Glinoga Valbuena, with distinction. Madison Lily Van Duzen, with high distinction. Han Yan Wong. Harris David Whitcomb, with high distinction. Lin Xin Zhang, with high distinction. Lin Xin has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Mingxi Zhang. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Communication and Media Studies please come forward? Malcolm Adu Yamfi. Sana Nabil Barakat Al-Barakat. Sarah Al-Husseini. Basel Atwi. Othman Brahm. Aidan Michael Allen Clarmo. Jenna Ahmed El-Behari. Zoe Teresa Fleming. Adam Green. Ahmed Hassan. Megan Victoria Hewitt. Garrett Kidd. Grace Catherine King, with distinction. Christina Liu. Evelyn Sonia Spacek-Liver, with high distinction. Evelyn has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Leanne Wen. Megan Nolan. Daniel Ikena Okereke. Faiza Qureshi. Ella Fiona Bigsby Randall, with high distinction. Faraz Remtula. Mohammed Iyad Salman. Anna Sivitz with high distinction. Zoe Alexandra Stenois with distinction. Anna Krita Karina Varala. Matios Yanena. Samantha Francesca Castaneda Venorosa.
Will the candidates in the Bachelor of Journalism honors please come forward? Rebecca Lynn Ostring with distinction. Natasha Teresa Baldin with high distinction. Natasha has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Robin Lynn Best. Evan James Bryant with distinction. Gabriella Kulagai Kasuga with high distinction. Jessica Marie Campbell with high distinction. Haven Agnes Henrietta Castor with distinction. Emmanuel Chang with distinction. Ryan Terry Clark with distinction. Sean Utaro Coombs. Nicole Dainty with high distinction. Kaylin James Foy. Catherine Carol Marie Fraser. Jasmine Kaur Gill. Dara Madison Gillen. Olivia Marie Jean Grandy with high distinction. Natalie Isabella Hall with high distinction. Juliana Constance Victoria Italiano. Ashley Madison Keller. Emma Elizabeth Kelly. Elitza Kwame with high distinction. Jana Kisibati Matthew with high distinction. Rachel Allison Kwok with distinction. Savannah Josephine Lawrence with high distinction. Ali Anita Lemieux Fansat. Charlotte Rose Lepage with high distinction. Emily Elizabeth MacArthur. Kayleigh Kazumai Martin, with high distinction. Daria Maystruck, with high distinction. Daria has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Hannah Ursula Melnick, with high distinction. Riley Elizabeth Murphy, with distinction. Jamie Peter Pashagumskum. Tessa Louise Peterson, with distinction. Rihanna Dedesha Holowenko Philip, with distinction. Julia Catherine Power, with high distinction. Audrey Elizabeth Pridham, with high distinction. Benjamin Jasper Carmichael Ralph. Amatur Raman Salam Alada. Jessica Elizabeth Shackleton. Reagan Hope Spencer, with distinction. Emma Joy Stewart Kiss, with distinction. Xenia Kylie Tahaja Haz. Jacob Warren Titus. Annie Alida Tuba. Sember Rosina Wood.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Media Production and Design honors please come forward? Mariam Mansour Abdelrahman. Charlotte Ella Ashby. Jasmine Lee Burks with high distinction. Thomas Alexander Cavana with high distinction. Alicia Michelle Jordan Cote. Haley Sarah Barbara David with high distinction. Leona Ding with high distinction. Connor John Ailes. Jonathan Michael Eldred Ackley's with distinction. Natalie Hillan with high distinction. Alyssa Yoshioka Johnston with distinction. Victoria Ellen Lawson with distinction. Erica Lee. Malik Madrani. Shalna Matiz. Danielle Francis Mulligan. Tyson Trung Nguyen. Adaze Okokuko Okolo with high distinction. Tyler Gordon Olenek. Kathleen Ann Victoria Padua with high distinction. Nadia Rajakovic with distinction. McKenna Rahel Sutherland. Marie-Julie Reholt Kahira. Harnar Sandhu. Chloe Janine Audrey Stratham. Boyi Tan with high distinction. Boyi has been awarded a Senate Medal for outstanding academic achievement. Angela Tran with distinction. Tristan Yell. Hyungi Jing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the students graduating with a bachelor's degree at this ceremony.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And good morning particularly to our graduates. What an honor it is for me to be at my very first convocation week here at Carleton University. Let me start by offering my deepest congratulations to all of you who are receiving your degrees today. Since assuming the privilege of the President's office at Carleton, I have been ceaselessly impressed by the effort and dedication of our students. You are what makes our university and our community so special. You're the reason I have optimism and hope for a promising future. It's an incredible achievement and a real testament to your energy and determination that you have crossed the stage today. But all of that has been facilitated by a strong network of support from a community of people who believe in you and have brought to bear on your success the spirit of generosity and commitment. This includes your family, friends, faculty, and staff, and the broader Carleton community, with a shared purpose and shared values. A welcoming community defined by inclusive excellence, a community that nurtures and cultivates diverse ideas. Many of these supporters are here to celebrate with you in person or online. The support they have provided over the years deserve recognition. And so, graduates, please rise and give a big Ravens cheer to all the people who have been with you on this journey. And turn and face them, and let's give them that applause. Now, Carleton graduates, I'm sure that many of you have been anticipating this day for a long time. You've been working hard for months, finishing final assignments, studying for and writing exams, defending your thesis, and now that work is finished. And it's time to both reflect on the fruits of your labor and to celebrate your success. So I'm going to ask you to rise again, turn to each other, and offer yourself the loudest possible cheers that a Raven can get. So please, for yourselves, thank you. So, you may sit. As members of the newest generation of Carleton alumni, you're ready for the important work that the world expects of you. You're starting a new, exciting journey of possibilities that enables you to make meaningful and impactful imprints, which will enrich your lives because you help to lift others up in various spheres of human endeavor. As you do so, please hold firm to and continue to be exemplars of the Carleton values of service and leadership with purpose, resourcefulness and resilience, inclusive excellence, integrity, determination and dedication, empathy, and mutual flourishing. On this momentous occasion, be sure to pause and reflect on what your parchment symbolizes and what Carleton's motto, ours the task eternal, requires of you, the responsibilities and opportunities to make a positive difference. While you're graduating from Carleton today, this is not the end of your ties to your alma mater. You would always be connected to Carleton because it is part of your own story, and you would forever be part of its story, our collective story. So stay in touch with us, and don't be shy about returning to the nest to visit us now and then. We want to hear about where your journey takes you in the months and years ahead. But between now and those marvelous contributions that you'd make to the world, we ask that you savor this moment. It's a special day, and you deservingly have to celebrate your accomplishments with your peers and those who have helped you along the way. So it's my pleasure to invite all graduates, family members, and guests to a post-ceremony reception in the Raven's Nest. We're now drawing close to the end of our ceremony. Please rise for the retirement of the academic procession, and once the platform party and graduates have recessed, kindly follow us to the reception. And now, your convocation is dismissed. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, you've now graduated.